Hi everyone, in today's video we're gonna learn how to connect GLM 5.2 in Codex. So we're gonna configure Codex through OpenRouter to run a tiny repo task and verify the difference before trusting the model. So we're gonna use GLM 5.2 inside Codex. So what we're gonna learn today is how or what GLM 5.2 add to your Codex workflow if you're a Codex heavy user like me, and how Codex route through OpenRouter, and how to keep the first test disposable. So stay tuned for this video. There is a lot to learn. Let's get started. So GLM 5.2 just landed my radar because it's built in a long context coding and agent work. So it have 1 million token context window. And if you care about the coding and agentic coding workflows, this is an impressive model with a fraction of the cost of the high-end models like GPT 5.5 and Cloud Opus 4.8. So, and the benchmarks are amazing. As you see here in the Frontier suite, it sits between GPT 5.5 and Opus 4.8. But what we care about the most is the agentic coding performance by effort level. This sits on 88,000 tokens and it scores 75%. And if we look in the full benchmark table, what we care about is the coding and the SWE Bench Pro benchmark, and it scores 62.1. So it sits between GPT 5.5 and Cloud Opus 4.8. So as you see, the benchmarks are impressive, but in today's video, we are going to learn. Our goal is to test a new coding model. So that's our goal. And we're going to use the Codex app. So we're going to have GLM 5.2 inside the Codex app, OpenRouter, and run the GLM 5.2 model, and we're going to verify the difference on the passing test. So let's get started. Create or edit this file with the following configuration, which we're going to determine who's the provider. In our case is OpenRouter, which model we're going to use, etc. So what you're going to do is we're going to create or edit this file. It's a config.taml file. It's typically located under Codex if you don't change the path. So this is going to be a path for the config file. After you open it with your ID of choice, you're gonna see like this. The model is on use, it's GPT 5.5, what's the effort, reasoning effort extra high, and the sandbox mode. So what we're going to do is to take this part from line 5 and above, and we're going to paste it here because this part is not going to change, but we're going to change who's the model and who's the provider, etc. So if we go to OpenRouter and search for GLM 5.2, we're going to find the model name. It's called like this, and we're going to change GPT 5.5 with the model name. Next, we're going to tell it who's the model provider. In our case is OpenRouter, and then Open Provider here, you got more details about how to get the API and your OpenRouter API key. So you're going to save this file. We're going to get our API key and use this terminal command to paste our API key there. Do not paste your API key inside the config.taml file, it will not work. So how to get the API key? You go to OpenRouter, click on personal performance, API keys, and you create an API key. This name, I'm gonna name it Codex GLM 5.2. No expiration, and I'm gonna create one. So after we get our API key, we're gonna use a command, terminal command, to paste our API key there. It's more secure. But if you use an ZSH, this command will not work for you. I have a better one. So this one gonna work for mostly Mac users that are using ZSH. We're gonna copy this command and open a terminal of your choice. In this case, I'm using Ghostly. I'm gonna paste this command and we're gonna go back to our API key, copy it, go back to the command and paste it here. And there we go, we're done. Now we can open Codex. And as you see, it's a custom model, which we're using GLM 5.2. And we're gonna start by saying hi. So the model response say hi, what are we building today? So I've asked it to build me a game. It's called Neon Dodge. The goal is to create small, impressive looking arcade game that it's easy to understand and quick to play, but visually polished. It feels like a real mini game. So the tech stack is going to be TypeScript, React, and HTML, Canva, etc. The game. So it worked for like 30 minutes. Let's run the server and check the game. So there we go. Looks impressive, first impression. This is really impressive. Said you can use the mouse also. Yeah, this is not bad at all. You can use the keyboard, right, left. Okay. And then there is a score. Okay, didn't end the game there when it's okay. So let's see if the game ends. Okay, yeah, game over. So space to restart, and if I crash again, yeah, game over. So I guess those green things makes you stronger and save you lives. So that's the first case we tried. I try is about web design, and I give it this prompt like build a polished web design case called Astra AI workspace landing page. The goal is to create an impressive modern browser ready landing page for fractional AI productivity SaaS product. So the tech stack is a TypeScript, React, Tailwind, CSS, etc. There's a navigation menu with a logo. Those are the navigation menu there, etc. So, and it took it took less than let's see, it took less than 20 minutes to build this, and let's see what we got if we open this. Yeah, it looks polished. I mean, it's nice design, it's organized, the layout looks good. Let's see if I can navigate. Yeah. Wow, this is impressive. I mean, look, the animation. There is testimonials. There is pricing. Start your free trial. Bring Calm back to your team day work. Wow. Let's see the menu work. Yes. Everything work as expected. It's animated and everything. So this looks amazing. There you get it, guys. Now you know how exactly to configure Codex with GLM 5.2. The model is impressive. It's really worth the hype that I heard about it. It's good for coding and achieving tasks that you ask for. And yeah, let me know if you have any question.